not your fault, women. It's not your fault, men. It is the programming. There's a lot of people, unbeknownst to them, that are under MK Ultra, mind control. And this is exposing the spiritual war that has been waged against humanity as a whole. So I want to share this at this time because this spiritual exposure that's happening in the form of many of us children of God, chosen ones, daughters of Zion, we're beginning to see that exploitation and mind control goes hand in hand. And what we're often witnessing as the entertainment industry, especially amongst those that are happen to be women, is not merely a form of liberation or artistic expression. A lot of this is the illusion of empowerment. This is warfare, spiritual warfare under disguise. And this glitz and glamour, materialism, this is a practice of ancient evil. Okay, furthermore, these systems that are designed to exploit the divine feminine and enslave the minds are literally happening. So, as we're beginning to see the comparison of the auction block with billboard charts. Okay, historically, enslaved indigenous women who were paraded on these auction blocks. Okay, they were vulnerable, many of them were nude and objectified, but this same thing that is happening right now. Their bodies were not only inspected, they were priced and they were sold. And what are we doing now? So, although people have been given money in order to support themselves, okay, it is at what cost? The stage has become the new auction block where record labels profit off of the exploitation of indigenous women and their trauma and their bodies. But now the chains are invisible. Well, some of them still wear chains in the form of necklaces and stuff like that, but the whip has been replaced by a contract. And literally, what is happening is that people are being coerced and programmed, even seduced into this role that they have free will when they're actually under MK Ultra. They're under mind control. So the distortion of the divine image of the indigenous woman, the black woman, the melanated woman, promotes this cycle of self-destruction masked as empowerment. And again, this is affecting all women, but I'm speaking from the lens as an indigenous woman. When it comes to Ecclesiastes 1 and 9, it says there is nothing new under the sun. And we're also seeing that when it gets a little bit deeper into this whole thing of MK Ultra and these manufactured personas, even when it comes to this particular program, the CIA covert program, okay, these things are so pervasive within our society that people don't even see that there's a problem. But at the same time, they're seeing their communities being disrupted. They're seeing that their family dynamics have been fractured. And a lot of this is because of the imagery that we partake in the form of entertainment. A lot of these things, when it comes to sexual trauma, substance abuse, okay, ritual humiliation, oftentimes these are initiations that breaks down our identity. Okay, and furthermore, what appears to be branding is often programming, a program persona. Okay, flashing symbols, alluding that they're involved in the occult. All these things are references to monarch programming, and this is a spiritual extension of MK Ultra. So although these women, they seem to be willing participants, many are literal victims of deep manipulation from a psychological standpoint, to the point where they're groomed at a very young age to become icons of degradation. The colonization and the reprogramming of the divine feminine is necessary. So when it comes to colonization, it was never just about land, it was about the conquest of our identity. So the sacred role of the indigenous woman was healers, mothers, sisters, okay, warriors, priestesses. But this has been erased and replaced with caricatures. Okay, when it comes to the Jezebel, when it comes to Delilah, when it comes to the mammy trope. And these identities are now becoming a stronghold to the point where nobody wants to really say anything about it. But what is happening by us turning a blind eye is we're going deeper into this mental bondage, and it's stripping away the very essence of who we are. So today, although we are being incentivized to glorify 304 culture, stripping, casual smacks, violence, okay, sorcery often is praised as powerful, but truly this is us giving into being colonized and allowing ourselves to follow a script that has been planted within us for hundreds of years, maybe even thousands. Colonization fractured a people at the soul. And the industry reinforces this fracture. This is a call to awaken and reclaim your rightful position on the throne. This isn't about condemnation. This is a spiritual call to remembrance, a cry from the ancestors and the Most High to remember who you truly are. You're not a commodity. You're not a product. You're not a puppet. You are not an entertainer of Babylon's stage. You are a temple. Some of you have a sacred voice. Some of you are a prophetess. Okay, when it comes to 1 Corinthians 6:20, it says, you were bought at a price, therefore honor God with your body. So you were not born to be performative. You were not born to degrade yourself. You were created to live your spiritual truth. And this is a call for the remnant of Judah to rise. A lot of times of what we're seeing within these industries, it is the illusion of freedom. These people are in bondage and they are leading the charge for others to be in bondage as well. And as daughters of Zion, it's time for us to rise. Okay. Also, I want to keep in mind, I want to share this too, that just by you showing up, if the Most High, you're feeling deeply in your spirit to behave a certain way, to dress a certain way, that's not a coincidence. You are an example. And many people are looking for wholeness. Many people are looking for healed examples of what it is to be a woman or what it is to be a man. So lean into that. Do not allow these lyrics to hypnotize you. Instead, liberate yourself and walk in who you were designed to be. You are prophecy embodiment. And it's time to tap back into that. It's time to really understand that this quantum DNA evolution instead of de-evolution is so important as the divine feminine. It's time to reclaim the embodiment of spiritual intuition, nurturing, receptivity, creativity, and sacred power. Okay. In sacred balance with the divine masculine, this is birthing not only spiritual awakening, this is birthing healed unions, this is birthing harmony and creating true legacy, which is something a lot of people don't even talk about nowadays. And throughout history, the divine feminine has been revered, as divine essence. And now this is being exploited. And the exploitation of women, okay, this is a part of a patriarchal system. The woman has been systematically objectified and used as a tool for control, distraction, and profit. And so, as a sacred temple, we should not be reduced to a product and paraded around, consumed, and judged. This is a marker of cultural decay. It is spiritual warfare, and the desecration of the feminine body is symbolic of a much deeper agenda. The agenda is to completely destroy humanity, is to completely denature life and light. This is time to reclaim your position as a daughter of the Most High and behave accordingly.